guys, Legend Viper's here, and we're finally getting back into some stuff, finally. It's been a hot minute, I'll admit. It's been about, 2 months since I've even posted anything. Probably be 3 months by the time this goes up. But we're finally going to get back into doing some reviews. The new laptop obviously took a while to get here. I thought it was going to be here sooner, but so much happened that I'm not even going to get into it because so much happened that it pushed everything back. But it pushed everything so far back that we're going to be reviewing this today. Finally, this is what I was talking about. This is the big one. And finally, we get to unbox it together. But today, we are looking at the Playmobil Back to the Future Part 3 Advent Calendar. It is time to wrap up our Back to the Future Playmobil series with this box set here that we're going to be having a look at. So this is supposed to be a continuation of every other box set or every other Playmobil set that we've looked at so far. I already have the DeLorean here already out that we've looked at already, and I already have the Mr. Fusion on the back, which came from the 2015 box that we already looked at. So now it's about time we get into the Part 3 DeLorean, because this box has the abilities right down here to turn the DeLorean into the Part 3 DeLorean. So we also get, with this, we get Claire with the train, like a background I would think. We get Marty and Doc in the Old West with Buford Tannen in front of the clock tower. We get Einstein from 1955, and then we also get the components necessary to make it the Part 3 DeLorean. So, I know like a traditional advent calendar, you usually open it up every day and so on and so forth. I'm not going to do that. We're going to get right into it. So, let's go ahead and open it up here. I still have this on my desk. Don't ask me why. This is still on my desk after all this time. But we're going to go ahead and cut it open the tape, and we're going to get right into this thing. Oop, I missed one. It's not good when you miss a piece of tape. There we go. And it should just open. Okay, so the way this Advent works is they do it in a series of boxes like this. This is how the other one was as well. You would open up a series of numbers, and this is how you would get your Back to the Future stuff. And it actually advertises all the ones we've already looked at. So go check out the other ones so everything kind of ties in. But we've already looked at every single one of these already at some point. So we're going to get right into it. But first off, there was more in here. We have all of the extra not nonsense, but all the extra add-ons and such. So we can get rid of the box now. Push it off to the side. In here, included, we have the instruction manual for building everything. We have all the backdrops, it looks like. And then we also get this, which is the picture from Part 3, which is like another postcard that we've already seen. This one is of Marty and Doc in front of the clock in 1885. We already have a couple different ones like that. So I guess we'll have to set these up first, because this is the backdrop, I would assume. Oh, the clock tower is not actually like a real clock. Oh, jeez. We got a lot of them here. Okay, so first off, we have the one that's going to be set up through the majority of this review, I assume. This is the Old West scene with the clock tower. So it says Back to the Future Part 3 and everything. So the way this, I would think, would set up is we have to break the tabs, I guess? I'm trying to just go based off of what I'm seeing here, because this is exactly how the other Advent calendar went when I looked at it the first time, and sadly that video never got posted, but pretty much the exact same thing. Maybe I should read the instructions. Maybe that would help, wouldn't it? Maybe that would actually help us. Ooh, there's actually a picture of Part 3's poster in the front. So, that being said, oh, okay. It's actually not that difficult to do. Alright, I'm going to take a second. Let me set all these up and then we can get into it more. Alright, I'm back. I will say, it took a minute to get everything set up, but I'm going to show you guys the displays first before we get into the actual stuff. So first off, if we're going along the course of the movie here, we'll start with this one. So we have the graveyard little sequence here. And it did take a minute because you do have to bend it to kind of give the 3D effect when it's on display. So this would be the moment in the film when Doc and Marty go to the grave site of the DeLorean, as well as they go to the grave site where they find Doc's gravestone, but they also find the DeLorean there. But this is just the standard base. There's nothing with it right away. So we'll get into it more. So we'll put that off to the side for now. Then we have the drive-in. Wait a minute, Doc. If I drive straight towards the screen, I'm going to crash into those Indians. There is actually, the Indians are there. Marty, you're not thinking fourth dimensionally. You'll instantly be transported to 1885 and those Indians won't even be there. And I guess if we're following the movie, I guess this would be the next sequence, which this is essentially downtown Hill Valley, essentially. But we have the clock tower in the background. You can see the clock and the bell in the front to represent that this is before the actual courthouse was built yet. So this is actually the biggest set that we're going to have out of all of these. But I do like the idea that it is kind of 3D. And finally, we get the little train depot kind of scene. So the train and everything look 3D, obviously, because they're made to look that way because they're popping off. But this is obviously where Claire will stand when we eventually get her out of her box. So I'll put that right there for now. I have so much stuff all over the desk. So we're going to get into it. We have the DeLorean. We have everything else in check. I was going to set all the other ones up, but I figured we're just going to get into this one because this is the one that we're here for. So starting off, we need to start off with number 1 and work our way up because that's how it works. So number 1 is right here. Just busting into it. And we get what looks like Einstein, or Copernicus, as it was in 1955. So the first one we get is actually Copernicus. Very small compared to what, where's Einstein? Einstein, I actually have the other box right here for the DeLorean, so just to kind of show you, here's Einstein from the DeLorean set, aka 1985, and then here's Copernicus from 1955. So it's the same dog, but it's smaller scale, obviously. So they actually did go to length to actually making a different dog to fit 1955. That's actually really cool. So we have little Copernicus. And he does still do his little, like, his head does look down. But his tail doesn't move, unlike Einstein. So, alright, we have Copernicus as the first one. He didn't come with anything in his little thing, so that's probably what the next one's going to be in number 2, up at the top here. I hated this set because I hated sets like this because you always have to take stuff out. Aha! This is our accessory set for the graveyard scene, essentially. So in this, we have, looks like a hat and the lantern. We'll see when we get it out of here. So, supposedly, I will always say that I think it was kind of cute that they gave Copernicus a little hat. Oh, okay, so this is, okay, so that's how that works. Okay, so we have, first off, a little mining helmet. It has a little light on the front of it. I don't know if the camera will focus. I'll have to get a new webcam. This one isn't exactly the greatest, but you can see it is a little lantern hat. And it's silver, and he also came with this little lantern. So kind of like they were going into everything, so we can actually pull this up, and we can actually set it up now. So, what you're supposed to do is with this thing, I assume, let me get my instructions up here again, considering that the instructions are going to tell us how to assemble everything. Skipping all of the sets again. Is it going to go in chronological order? Oh man, they don't even tell. Oh yeah, they do. I was like, man, they don't even tell you. But they do. So you take this little like ring that came with the set here now. You're supposed to put it in the hat. Like that. And then you just put it on Copernicus. The fact that they even included this is just so cute. But look at this. That is probably the cutest little thing I've ever seen. They have Copernicus with the little hat. That is probably the cutest little thing I've seen come out of these Playmobil sets so far. Playmobil, you outdo yourself sometimes, and other times I always ask the question of why. But this right here is probably one of those things where you've outdone yourself just by giving a little Copernicus with the little light. That right there is the cutest thing. Alright. Moving on to number 3. Where's number 3? Right here. I was busting into him. Oh, God. I think he woke up to the dead with that blast. So we have the TNT that they detonate. So we're setting up the first scene. So it's going to go in the order of the movie, I guess. So this is our TNT mound that he blows up. However, this wasn't accurate to the film, because in the film they use a little thing that he twists and it blows up. Alright? So you can actually pull it up and down to simulate that you're going to detonate it. So, here's the detonator. It's a giant thing you push down on. That's not accurate to the movie, but I guess they wanted to include it. So we have that. And along with it, you get 3 pieces of this TNT. So I guess you're supposed to put it by the entrance of the cave. So you get 3 of these. So you put it by the entrance of the cave in this set, I guess. You're supposed to place them over in the background to simulate that they would have blown it up. Because this is Copernicus, so I guess, like I said, we're setting up the sequence for the first display that we have. So the next thing then should be the gravestone. And number 4. Where's number 4? Doc! Doc! Come here, quick! What's wrong, Marty? You look like you've seen a ghost. You're not far off, Doc. Oh, great Scott. Take a look at this. Died September 7th, 1885. That's 1 week after you wrote the letter. Erected in eternal memory by his blood of Clara. Who the hell is Clara? Marty, please don't stand there. Oh, yeah, I gotta get another picture. So now we've set up the official scene of it. So you would have, I'm doing this standing up, so, or I'm doing it holding it, I should say. So let's go ahead and put TNT in the back. Where's the lantern? And that would be the set that you see there. So the gravestone in front, and you have the TNT in the back with the detonator, and you have Copernicus with the lantern on this specific set. So that's how that's supposed to be set up. Alright, so we're going to probably go in the chronological order of the movies, so I'm going to put that down. I'm not going to ruin that. But we have Doc's gravesite now with Copernicus and the lantern and everything. So now we got to move on to number 5 up here. And in number 5, continuing forth, we have, that's it, Western Union. Playmobil Union. Okay, I see you, Playmobil. Playmobil Union. Okay, okay. We have the letter. We don't even have a figure to display with yet, but we have the note that that Doc leaves to Marty in 1955 so he can get back home. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, there's no way I'm reading this, but I remember the intro to it. It was, "Dear Marty, if my calculations are correct, you will receive this letter immediately after you saw the DeLorean struck by lightning." That's all I can remember of that letter. Wait, then it's like, "First, let me assure you that I'm alive and well. I've been living happily these past 8 months in the year 1885. That's what it is. Okay. Okay, I wasn't expecting that one, so what's in number 6? Number 6 is right here. Jesus. I'm gonna break house. Really? We get Marty. He doesn't have a hat or anything? What? So we have Marty with no accessories right now. But this is him in his 1955, Western attire. Haven't you ever seen a Western? Yeah, I have, Doc. And Clint Eastwood never wore anything like this. Clint who? That's right. You haven't heard of him yet. Marty, you have to wear the boots. You can't wear those futuristic things back in 1885. You shouldn't be wearing them here in 1955. Alright, we're on number 7. There it is. There's our accessory packet. So this will give us all to Marty, and this will make him look like he's from that particular scene. Then I can make my reference again. I have to repeat myself now. Great. So I will say it's kind of funny that they even include this. So he's got his handkerchief, goes around his neck. Okay. He's got his cuffs. I don't know what it is with like the cuffs in Playmobil. For some reason, they love to give them like little cuffs you put on. They don't just have them on there by default. And then the hat. He looks like he looks like a cowboy now. And Clint Eastwood never wore anything like this. Clint who? That's right. You haven't heard of him yet. This literally looks like the funniest thing. He literally looks like he's like a Texas, like, he looks like he should belong in Texas with that 10-gallon hat, like, seriously. But you can see the the handkerchief they gave him with the big cuffs and then his hat, and he's wearing his, supposedly supposed to be wearing his Nikes. So we have Marty in his 1885 attire, part 1 of that. So there's that. Next, we're on to number 8. This big door up here. Oh, boy. Oh! We got the tires. Okay, these are the 1885 tires. These are the cool-looking ones. And Playmobil actually already assembled them halfway for us. So, we can go ahead and take them out of here. I was really excited for these tires, just because I was like, ooh, if I get a second DeLorean now, I could display one set with the regular wheels, and I could display this set with the Part 3 wheels. I'm not going to lie, I was really excited for this set to finally show up. And I was waiting to feel a little bit better. I was a little sick over the past couple of days, so I was super excited when I heard this was coming in, and I was going to be able to do it for you guys. So now, we could take these wheels off this DeLorean. How am I going to do that, though? Do I just... I guess you just have to pull it off, I guess. Not exactly my preferred method, because I feel like I'd snap the actual prongs off. That's one thing I will say with this DeLorean. I was never too fond of popping these wheels off when I saw it, but I was like, I'm going to suck it up and just pray that I don't break anything, but alright. We took off the old wheels now, so now we can put on these wheels. Are they the same thing as, like... No, they're all the same. Okay. I was like, is there a certain set of wheels that have to go on the front or on the back? Nope. They're all the same. Oh my god, this actually looks dope. Oh my god. Once we get the other part on it, but look at that, dude. Oh my god. For some reason, the wheel color for Part 3 just looked so cool. I mean, I love the classic wheels to death, but for some reason, the Part 3 wheels just look like a nice little change. I mean, you could still turn them down, but I don't think you're going to be having any hover conversion with these frickin' things. Yeah, you had a hover conversion done in the early 21st century. Incredible. Alright, so those are the wheels. So we're up to number 9 down here. Oh, we're going to complete the DeLorean. Okay. So we have this. Oh, I see what they did, and I'm not happy. They made it like a sticker you have to... Really? That's all you could think of? Seriously? And you can only do this... You can only do it so many times. Look at this. So they give you these stickers to put on the bottom of this here so it'll sit on the DeLorean properly. That's really all they could have thought of. That's pretty... that kind of disappoints me a little bit. Alright, so that sits in there. And it creates a really cool piece for the front of the DeLorean. But... why do they have to do it like that? They couldn't think of anything else for that. So I guess I'm going to have to stick it on. Wait a minute, is it? Okay, so you peel them off here. You put the stickies. Well, now that I know this is a thing, I'm going to have to get another DeLorean then, because I'm going to obviously want to display one with and without this, so now it's going to have to be like that. So you're supposed to put these two little sticky things under here like that, And then you peel off the sticky, like so. And then you stick it to the DeLorean. You couldn't think of anything better, Playmobil? Nothing? And it's got to be precise, too. Like, you have to actually make sure you're lining it up with, like, the car's hood to make it look good. And I put it backwards. Hang on. There we go. So stupid. Really? Stickers? I mean, okay, it looks cool, but there was other ways to do that. So now we have the Part 3 DeLorean. We have the wheels and we have the mount on the top. Which is probably the dumbest thing they could ever have done is put stickers. Because now every time you want to take it off, if you want to display it with or without, or you're just going to be like me, you're just going to get a whole new DeLorean just to display it like this. I mean, that's really the only other alternative I can think of is getting another one. It looks cool, but why do we have to use stickers? Because now, like, this is ruined. You're going to have to keep taking it on and off every time. Instead of, because obviously some people aren't going to want to leave it on. And obviously this would make more sense now to have it flash. Because obviously in the final, like, or not the, well, I say it's like the final, like, regular time travel that they have. The lights flicker on and off as he's going through the, going back to 1885. The lights start to flicker on the car because obviously he had to fix the time circuits. So that's why I say, like, this here would probably be the best way to make it look like it's, like, flickering as it's going through 1885. Have all the lights flicker. That's about it. You could leave it on, obviously, but I mean, it's still cool. It's just more or less I wish they would have did something different than stickers. I mean, they really should have taken into consideration the design of the actual DeLorean first. They should have sat down and said, all right, we're going to be releasing other add-ons for this thing, so we need to make sure that we could put something on the front of the DeLorean that's not stupidly added on. So putting stickers wouldn't have been the best choice. If they were doing it right, they could have had little, like, rivets on the side where they could have had, like, little grooves where, like, the buckles could click into, and then you could still take it on and off, and you just have little, like, notches where the holes could sit. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, on the sides here where, like, there's, like, this little groove. They could have put little, like, rivets for the actual thing to click in, and then you could just click it out, and you could keep taking it on and off, rather than just using stickers. Hey, maybe they'll make a version 2 of the DeLorean. I don't know, but I think for right now this is what we got, but I'm not going to really complain too much, because I'm just happy to have it. I'm just more or less upset that they had to use stickers in order to keep it on the car. That's my only, like, pet peeve that I have with it. So now, we move on to number 10. Where's number 10? Right up here. Long review, eh? Now we get Doc. And nothing else. Doc's in a bag only because he has a wash that they can lose. They couldn't put anything else in that bag. So he's got 2 watches again. One's like a brownish watch, the other's like a silver watch. Doesn't even have his hat. Seriously? So there's Doc. He doesn't have his hat on yet, but he has 2 watches. So they have like the traditional silver, then you have the brown one. So now, I'm assuming number 11, which is right here, will be the other accessories for Doc. Yep. And in this accessory bag, we get his hat and we get the revolver. So we have his little, like, fedora, and then we have a little pistol that he uses the chute to tell Marty to go. So he can hold the gun. That's one thing I will say about part 3. They had more guns being shown because of it. I don't know. It just seemed like there was more guns being thrown around because it was 1885. But it was funny that even like in 1955, Dark was like holding like an old gun. Uh-oh. Hang on. Drop in the watches. Uh-oh. Did I lose it? Did I lose it? Oh, come on. I lost it. No, it's right here. Duh. I lost it for a second, but I found it again. Come on. Why won't you get on his hand? There we go. So small sometimes. Hard to get on. And then we can give him his fedora. And there you go. Ready, Barney? Set! I.O. Silver. And then he would shoot his revolver. Funny thing is, that was the same gun he used in the Twin Pines Mall sequence, too, so... Now we know where that gun came from. But now we have this sequence set up where the DeLorean would go back in time. So now, moving on from 11, we got 12. Which is... I know it's weird me going in chronological order, but that's how you do it. What in the world? It's just a tree. Why do we just have a tree? This is how you know Playmobil has run out of ideas for their advent calendar. That they have to give us a frickin' tree. So, plugging that in, and then you plug this in. This is how you know they're running out of ideas to put in this thing. That's what they gave us, a little tree that can go next to like the DeLorean or something in the Old West. You know they're running out of ideas. 13. 13 we get Doc from 1885, excuse me. But he's missing stuff again. Once again, this is what I mean by like they were running out of ideas. 13. So we gotta go to 14 then, I guess. I'm just trying to move it along. So 14 actually gives us the cool stuff for Doc in 1885. So his hat, and we actually get the... Oh, whoops. We actually get the gun. It'll shoot the fleas off of York's back at 900 yards, Tannen, and it's pointed straight at your head. Here comes his 10-gallon hat. I made a comment about this in the well, not the Playmobil. What was it? Made a comment about it, and what was it? Mini Mates? Man, that was the beginning of this year. I can't even remember. So he has a spot where you can hold it, but I feel like that's how he should be holding it. So we have Doc with his 10-gallon hat again. He has a nub that he can hold on to it, but I like it holding it like that. Kind of like when he's addressing Tannen, he was telling him like, that's $80. What was that, 14? So we got 15 now. I've just given up on showing you guys everything. I'm just trying to move along with this. Okay. This is the camera. I'm just trying to move it along so we can see everything. See how it looks. So the camera, which I brought my camera, sets up like so, I guess, huh? Problem is, we'll never be able to show it to anybody. Smile, Doc. It's actually a cool little camera. Oh wow, it just sits on there. Okay, that's kind of cool. He has like the little push button and everything, but yeah, there's your little camera that goes with it. Not bad. I like the idea. See, that's creative. You're adding things that you wouldn't expect to see. So now we got 16. And because we just did that, we got the gift to Marty. This should have been more towards the end. Number 16. We have the picture of Doc and Marty in front of the clock in 1885. So essentially, it's this picture, just really small. So, there's that. Number 17. There's Marty. Or no, is that Marty or it's Biff or Mad Dog Tannen? Tannen? You're Mad Dog Tannen. 17. I'm going to give him his stuff in 18 and open it. Takes a minute sometimes. There we go. Give him his accessories to make him look like Buford. Bartender. I'm looking for that no-good cheating blacksmith. You seen him? No, sir, Mr. Tannen, I have not. Tannen? You're Mad Dog Tannen. Nobody calls me Mad Dog. Especially not some duded up, egg-sucking gutter trash. So there's Buford. Tannen. He's got his rope and he's got his revolver and he's got his little hat, a little crooked. You'll be dead by supper time Monday. And you're going to introduce me to the lady? I like a dance. Why is 19 so huge? Look how big 19 is. This is 19. Why is 19 so, like, double-doored? Oh, that's why. They gave us his horse. That's a big old horse. I dang shot that horse! Well, that's your problem, Tannen. Wrong. It's yours. So from now on, you better be looking behind you when you walk. Because one day you're going to get a bullet in your back. And now, this is supposed to... Man, you think they're cutting it close? Okay, so this has to... Oh, is it supposed to be like his... I see how it's supposed to go. A little confusing, but I see where they were going with it. If I can even get it on. Doesn't want to go. Okay, it's in. Not right, hang on. It's a little confusing how they want me to assemble this. What do they want me to do? That's the right way, though. They really don't make this easy to look at. Supposedly, this super little thing is supposed to go on his, like around his thing. But for some reason, it's not, it doesn't look right. I don't know why. Maybe it is right, I'm just crazy, but it's supposed to be like that, supposedly. And it's supposed to like be bent back so he can hold on to it. For some reason, it don't go that far. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but there's only one way to do it, so I don't know what other way to do it. It's just telling me to do it a certain way. Supposedly it's also telling me to go underneath, but how do you go underneath with it? Whatever. It's on. I don't know how to. Unless it wants me to like put it around his neck and then I do it that way, but. Oh wait, maybe okay. Wait, hang on. Maybe it's supposed to be like this. Ah, there you go. Okay, that's what it was. You have to put it around his neck first, and then you can put the things on his snout to make it look like he's being controlled. That's what the missing piece was. There we go. That's how it's supposed to look. So it's supposed to be like Buford can hang on to his horse. So we'll put him over there for now. 19, alright. How many are in this thing? 24? 25? 24. I think. Yeah. Excuse me. So now, we gotta do 20. 20 is our friend Claire. Clayton. Claire Clayton. So, she doesn't have her hat on yet. That'll probably be in 21. 21? Yep, that's everything for Claire. Only her hat and suitcase. Because I guess this is supposed to be kind of towards the end of the film when she's leaving him. Her hat, and here's her briefcase. There, so now you have Claire. Looks like she's leaving on the train depot. So there's that. I notice I haven't set up any of the other sets just because it's a pain. I just like to show you guys what's going on. So, that was 21, so now we need 22 right next to her. Oh! More changing out. Oh, okay, they gave us more. So, we have the other wheels for the DeLorean, including the logs that go in the train's fire thing. The 3 logs. The red log's about to blow! Better hold on, some Dr. Yellow log's about to blow! So we actually have little logs. And then we have these giant wheels for the DeLorean. So I'll switch on to them in a minute, just because we just put the other ones on. So I'll do that one in just a second. I'll put them on. I just want to see if there's any like display to put it on. Oh man, 23 was tough to open. So now we have Marty's stuff. In 23? That took a bit for that. That was... Wait, so we have Marty's stuff. 23, where's 24? Oh, there he is. I think they put those backwards. Because Marty was in the other one and we got his accessories first. So what's cool about this Marty, I wanted to point this out. They actually gave him like his bulletproof vest that he uses when Buford shoots him. They actually put that like little print on detailing. So props to Playmobil for doing that. And obviously it's covered up when you put the poncho that he has over it. So you can see it slightly, but you can barely see it. He also has his revolver's belt. Oh, I guess I would have had to put that on first, but whatever. I'm going to fix it up in a second, but man, this is a pain to get on. There we go. Alright, that pull it up a little bit. Jeez, they don't make it easy to get on. There. I guess you ain't gonna see it because it's supposed to be tucked underneath his poncho. Yeah. But his gun sits on in his poncho. Or in his little holster that they give you. There, now you got Marty with his little holster. That took it took a minute, but you have him with his hat on and he's got his poncho on. A little bit boofed up because of the belt that he's wearing, but not a big deal. So now we have... That's it, right? That's everything. That's all of it. Okay. So that was the box. Alright, so we can review a little bit now. So, obviously, I think the piece of resistance of this collection, obviously, is getting the DeLorean in the Part 3 treatment, which is nice to have. However, my only complaint is with the stickers on the front of it. The fact that you have to put stickers on it in order for it to, like, put the actual mount on the front, I think was ridiculous. I think they could have did something different that would have been a little bit better. But, you know, maybe they knew something I didn't, but personally I wish they would have did something different. Then we also have the other wheels, which I'm not going to keep changing the wheels on and off just because I don't really want to damage the DeLorean. I only have one of these right now, so till I get another one, I don't really want to keep damaging the wheels. So there's that. We have the 3 little logs that we can put in the DeLorean, I guess, to kind of display the fact that Doc's got all these little logs to represent the ones that go in the fire pit in the train. We get Buford with his horse. We get the picture frame. We get what? We get Marty from 1955, Doc and Marty from 1885, along with Claire and Buford. Doc from 1955. We get 4 setups of like different areas. So you have like the clock tower, you have the grave site, the train, and then the movie theater thing. And then we have like Doc's burial site and everything. We got Doc with his gun and everything. So I mean, it's not bad. It wasn't bad, everything that we got in here. And obviously you connect all the sets together to obviously make it like you show the certain sequences. So obviously once you get like a setup of it, you can actually show every individual like setup of all the different scenes throughout the movie. So it'll kind of make it more screen accurate when it's all together versus apart. But like I said, the piece of resistance of this thing is just getting the DeLorean to look like this. So, in my eyes, it's cool. I'll say it's cool. I wish they would have did something different with the front of it, but for the most part, this is it for the Back to the Future stuff, I think. I don't know if Playmobil has anything else in mind to make it something else. Like, I don't know if they have like another idea for an Advent set. We still haven't gotten a George, and we still haven't gotten like a Lorraine from Playmobil in this treatment. We got everybody else, but we didn't get like Claire, or we didn't get Lorraine or George at any factor. We have Biff in a couple of different forms. We have Biff, Griff, and then we have 1955 Biff, and then we have 1985 Biff. So maybe they'll make like another Advent set of like the alternate 1985, like when Marty's on the roof with the other Biff, or maybe they'll do the Enchantment Under the Sea dance or something. Like, I don't know. Maybe they'll do another Advent calendar. Maybe they should. Maybe they should do like an Advent calendar of all the other sequences in the films that they didn't get to cover in the other 2 Advent calendars. Because obviously the first one was dedicated just to 1985 and 1955, with very few scenes just depicting some parts of the movie. Same thing with this one. This one's part 3, so there's only certain scenes that they're showing. So maybe they could do another Advent calendar where it's just like certain scenes in the franchise that they didn't include in the box sets. So you could have the 1955, the Enchantment Under the Sea dance with George and Lorraine, and maybe Marty with his guitar, in case you didn't get the other little box set of the 1955 ones. You could also do, like I said, 1985's alternative with Biff and Marty on the roof, or maybe they're in his office or something. You could do the Cafe 80s or something with Old Biff and like Wild Gunman or something. Like, I'm just throwing suggestions out there what they could do for another like advent calendar or even just another Playmobil set. However, I don't think I would pay money for a really small set like the Cafe 80s or something. I would much prefer that to be in like a actual box set, like an advent calendar like this was, because you get more out of it. I feel like the advent calendar kind of gives you more in terms of like scenes and characters versus just buying an individual box set. The only individual box set that's really worth giving a damn is the DeLorean set. Because without this, I mean, what's the point of getting everything else? You don't really have any of the other DeLoreans. I mean, they could also do like a time train, like an actual time train set, but I don't think they'll do that. I think this will probably be it for Playmobil Back to the Future. Unless they think of something else, but I don't think they will. But for the most part, this is it. This is it for the Playmobil stuff, I think, for Back to the Future. So I hope you guys enjoy watching. This was a long video to come into, especially after being gone for so long. But I figured you guys were going to enjoy this one because it's been a little bit, and I've been talking about this nonstop over the past year. I was excited for this. So now that it was finally here, I figured let's review it. Let's get it out of the way, but let's come back into doing reviews again with the new laptop as well as, you know, showing off all the new stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe. We got more stuff coming, guys. You don't know what's on the way yet, but we got a lot more coming here at Vipers HQ. We got more coming at you, hot and heavy. So just be patient. Let me get stuff going. But I'm coming back. We're going to enjoy the next year. Hopefully everything's out of the way now, off the table, so I can actually focus on doing more YouTube stuff, but we'll have to see. But for now, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.